My name is Eric from Here. I wasn't planning on presenting tonight, so excuse the casual attire and the last minute. So I literally made this as we were sitting over there. So let's see how this goes. Yeah, so what do these pictures have in common?
QR code.
QR code, that's right. And QR code is actually an acronym, quick response, QR. So my company is quick.com, spelled as you see, pronounced quick, and the little tagline I come with is QR code's done right, and that's my AI generated logo. So phase one of the company is just simply feature parity, because there are existing QR code generation sites on the internet. So what does feature parity mean? Dynamic and static QR codes, unlimited color, customization, inner image or custom logos, borders and frames, and of course, the most important thing, tracking and analytics. Phase two of the company is landing pages. So a QR code typically deep links to a URL, right? And that URL is usually hosted somewhere else. Well, Quick can be the one-stop shop and host those landing pages. Things like restaurant menus, I don't know why it keeps flipping this thing, but email collection, vehicle window sticker landing pages, things like used car websites, that kind of thing, and then maybe product promotion. Phase three is the company becomes the de facto standard in QR codes. As prolific as QR codes are today, and certainly since COVID, what company comes to mind? I mean, we talk about QR codes, we see them literally everywhere. TV, movies, you go to a Major League Baseball game, they're on the big screen. And does any company come to mind when you think QR code? No. I wrote why don't you think Microsoft? Why don't you think Google? Why don't you think Amazon? We think those companies for every other thing in the world. Well, I want you, the world to think quick. My company. And there you go, there's a QR code generated. So you can scan that, go inside. So it's actually up and running. I did use the word stealth, but when you're on the internet with an anonymously available website, it's hard to be too stealth. So that just links you to quick.com.
Nice.
So it's up and running.
Yep. She's hot.
Yep. So that's it.
Any questions?
Any questions?
Does it name anything?
Just quick, a play on that
Just a
word.
random
Yeah. And domain name registration is tough because it seems like everyone registered something. So the fact that I even got this, even though my wife really doesn't like it, I don't know. I think the letter Q is actually kind of cool, but there's other companies that just have that. That's actually a viable company. The English word quick, QUICK.com is actually a park domain. So if I had enough money, I would probably try to buy that domain because I think it's a good word.
Well, later on.
What's up?
Later on, you can buy.
Later on, yeah, that would be the hope is maybe buy that and just brand it. But you could certainly name your company anything. So I could just go by quick and spell it that way, and just the domain name is spelled this QU. So
Yeah.
but yeah, so yeah, quick. So it really is surprising when people don't know QR code, even though it's so in our vernacular, especially since COVID, that you could probably pull 99 people out of 100 and they have no idea what QR. But it's an acronym. It's been around since '94, created by a Japanese company called Denso Wave,
That's cool.
and they originally created it as to be better than the traditional barcode for scanning automobile parts. So that tech's been around for a long time, which is why you see a lot of companies, including myself, that have the tech. So yeah, what you're seeing when you go to this website, all that is 100% my stack.
Okay.
I'm a software developer by trade.
Oh, so that's a little
So
flexible.
yeah, there's no getting painted in the corner when it comes to creating new features or innovating. So,
So is there a third party that manages QR codes? I think like ICANN or something.
yeah, no, there really is. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any governing body. The Denso company released the algorithm. It's in the public domain, and it's pretty simple. There's really just comprised of dots. And all the creative designs that you see from like this one just has an inner logo and the custom blue color. And anything else, you see different variations on these markers as they're called. And then, you know, they don't even have to be squares, right? You've seen circles and I support all that. So that's just, it's open to really anything. And what it is, it boils down to, does the phone actually scan or the camera recognize it? So you always want to test a QR code. Like you can dress up a QR code with all kinds of fancy colors and overlaid images, but you still got to test it to make sure it's going to be scanned.
So how hard or how easy is it to make a scan code or Q code?
Well, if we go to the site, I guess, so I guess that's a good thing here, so. Quick, so here it is, this is it, so you wanna create, let's go, because as I mentioned Microsoft, right? So point your phone at that, and then if, you know, you want it to be like a custom, okay, I'm gonna overlay it with real, you know, you want it blue, and then you want it, you know, like, I don't know, red as the background. And then, you know, you can do border. All I did was on this one, just the width of the border. And then the inner image is what I call, a lot of sometimes do logos, but I have all these symbols. They'll pop up here, and then, you know, you want that as in the center. And, you know, different size, whatever. So,
I've made QR codes before, and I've always thought in the back of my mind, like, there's gotta be some third-party governing body that makes sure that people don't create the same code for two different users.
well, no, you could, because all it is just text represented in this visual format. So the only thing that can be nefariously performed is you could just deep link to a website that people wouldn't want to go to. And that's what's really surprising for how much security there is in the world, and people are so like, you know, reluctant to enter their credit card or do anything.
Oh.
People are scanning QR codes like it's no big deal. It's like, this is a huge security. I could make this, you know, deep link to an adult website, and you wouldn't know until you scan, you know, right, one site, you're there. You're like, oh no, I didn't want to go there. But
Okay, so all those boxes and stuff, they're basically representing letters in a certain order to
Yeah.
create a URL.
yeah. And then in addition to URLs, you can just do, you know, plain text, right? So like if I did, this will search the string as I type it here, right? Okay, so scan that, right? And it'll literally, if you're on an iPhone, you'll see the yellow bubble. It'll say, this will search the string as I type it here.
Yeah,
And if you
that's-
tapped it,
wow,
it'll
that's
do
like a lock right there.
it'll do a Google search, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so so you can do all kinds of kind of flashing this, and then, you know, from make a call, right? So let's say if you want to,
Oh, wow.
if you want to make a phone call to me, so here's my phone number, 226-787. So right there, so if you scan that, then that will literally call, you know, and it'll launch your default phone app.
It worked.
Yep, and then if you want to send a text message to me, same thing. So yeah. So this is all nothing new. This is feature parity with every other website. So where's the money at? Because this is a commodity. No one pays for this. The money is in the tracking. And that's where that's at. So I have the tracking all here. I just haven't exposed it. I hid it because I was scrambling to do some other features, and I kind of changed my tech stack about a month ago. So I kind of retooled it.
So you build this yourself or was someone doing it for you?
No, this is me. I did everything. Yeah. This
Eric.
if you're interested, this is and Liz Lloyd. I do the full stack engineers, so you know, all the stuff.
I think you need to put the country, the country thing for the phone, because I try to call it, and it's like
Oh,
this
okay.
number is now registered.
Yeah. So the country code would be, you know, +1.
Oh yeah, it's thinking I'm calling from like Egypt or something. Look.
Yeah, because what is your default? I should actually work. Oh, did I type? I don't know. I wasn't wearing my glasses. So.
Oh, you're missing a number or
Was I
something?
missing a number or something when I typed it? But I don't know. Scan that one. That will have the U.S. country code, which is, you know, +1.
What did you say was the differentiating factor? Like we were going to do for.
Oh yeah. So yeah, how would I be bet? Well, number one, because it's just me. So I can beat everyone on price. So if you go around
Oh.
to some of the competition, so QR.io is one that I kind of patterned and stole some of their design things off of. So let's go here and then product. Let's see, where do they do? They don't do a very good job on deep into the price. They hide it. I got it here. Check out plan. Options. How does that work? So 7-day free trial. But where do they? You kind of hide the pricing probably to you. I think they're $20. But yeah, let's go to QR. Let's go to one that's a little QR code generator that makes. So this one here, and they're doing a lot of sponsored ad because they are owned by Bitly, and Bitly is owned by a much bigger company, so they can do a lot of ad revenue stuff.
Beatley or Bintley?
Bitly. So Bitly is the original URL shortener from 20 years ago, and I don't know. I think Google bought them and then resold them over the years. They could never figure out how to monetize it. If they did, it just wasn't that much money. So Google wasn't interested. Why is it? It's kind of funny that
They don't put the
I guess I do
price.
sign up now, but I thought their pricing was like right on the front. Yeah, it's crazy that they don't have. So I mean, if I just did a web search. Billy, here's Billy's, but okay, so pricing, okay. So here's the company has it. So here you go, just give you an idea of what things cost. Okay, so they're at $8 a month. Now, they do have some limitations, 5 QR codes a month. I would just say, okay, I'll give you 10 or unlimited.
The HDMI is jacked up.
Yeah, this is a Chromie
Yeah.
HDMI. It's like, he's gonna give us a seizure. It's flickering.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know, it's,
Try to hold it.
is it the cable or is it?
Or the
Yeah.
connection in the rear.
You see this guy. Or is it just could be,
Or-
it could be big too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's, live and learn, I guess, with doing things in the last minute.
So I see, yeah, they do landing pages too.
Yeah, so if I have a custom land, they call it out as a thing, so certainly that. And what's quite interesting is how, it goes from $8 to $1.99 a month, and you're just doing, the main thing is more links but only 200 QR codes. Like, so what I envisioned is that you would have the used car dealer who would have, many hundreds of cars on his or her lot, and each one of those should have a unique QR code, right? So right there, you can easily get 200 QR codes. So imagine like the used car dealer's like, oh my God, $200 a month to just put a window sticker on all my cars.
Yeah.
And then he's like, that's too much. And he goes and he finds Quick. He goes, $20 a month.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and there's nothing to this tech. It's really easy. I mean, it's just URL tracking, and so the storage is pretty limited. Or the storage requirements are minimal. Other than you get 1 million people who were watching something on TV and they all brought out their phones. That'd be pretty exciting actually to see.
So that'd be a good problem.
Some of those,
Yeah.
that'd be a great problem to have. And it's not.
Are you using this part-time right now?
Yeah. So fast forward, the long term, I got laid off, but looking for another job, enjoying the nice weather, reconnecting with family and friends. It's like, yeah, this is a side thing. But I kind of need to focus on it full time. Just like anything I've done in life, it's always 100%, and it's hard to do something less than 100% and be successful.
Who do you see like being your first 10 customers?
Well, I thought like the mom and pop restaurants, like the ones I frequent a lot, I would just go, hey, the QR code in your menu, just use mine. The used car dealer, like right down the road, hit him or her up and say, hey, do this. Just really anywhere you see a QR code that's on a window, on a business, just go right in there and go, hey, And when you know it on, you can scan it, you can look a lot underneath before it. You can kind of know where they're, if they're actually paying for it. A lot of them have static, right? So it's like, oh, you got it for free. But it's like, hey, did you know if you can, for a nominal fee, you can track that? I mean, how valuable is that? Like, I give that used car dealer example of he or she wakes up in the morning, looks at the scans, and like, oh, look, everyone's scanned the Ford Raptor, no one scanned the Toyota Prius. Well, maybe I should stock more Ford Raptors. I mean, like, that's
Yeah.
incredibly valuable information to a business.
So I'm not saying this is the right thing to do, because it's ethical, but can you take, let's put this mom and pop restaurant with a scan code on the menu. Can you take yours and put it on top of theirs? And they scan your code instead of the one of the one?
Yeah, you can certainly have like a sticker in your back pocket and do it. And you see them like, there's one in the, between the bathrooms. I don't know, is that you, Lloyd, put that one up there?
No, that's the
Oh.
security. That's how they do the security through the building.
Oh, so that's their how they know
Yeah.
they like check the bathrooms. Interesting. Okay, so in a way, that was another thing I just remembered. A scavenger hunt is kind of a fun QR code. So like
Yeah.
a landing page of scavenger hunt things, right? Like,
Yeah.
So you know, think geocaching. I mean, you know, the amount of ideas and innovation are limitless,
Yeah, right.
and really that's what I do. Just more than my brain thinking these things through, because you know I'm overwhelmed with just get the basics right. So.
I think you want to go for like service providers, cause like me, if when I flyer for my cleaning business, when I flyer around, I flyer everywhere, like, and when I receive a call, or I don't know how many people scan my QR code, and what I do when I do a big campaign like that, I will be checking my website all the time, but I don't know where they're located at.
Yeah. Yeah, I have, so the stuff I disable, I have geolocation, so you know where they're from, but I also have notifications.
Yeah.
And you can configure that, because if you're just get a few scans a day, you probably wouldn't, you'd be okay to get 3 or 4 notifications a day, but let's imagine you have 1 million scans, you don't want 1 million notifications.
Yeah.
So there's all this kind of like batch notification configuration, like, hey, just notify me every 24 hours what my numbers are, or
Yeah.
every 7 days, or whatever. So that's all configurable in notifications. The notifications come by way of email summaries, or you get a text message, or you can get actual native push notification on your device. So, you know, all the standard features that you see on any other website, all that is here. You know, the product is QR codes.
Any, like ideal strategic partner?
Well, I guess yet to be identified. I was thinking, God, I don't know. I was thinking like the big guys maybe. It's kind of surprising, like when I put that list of, you know, why isn't Microsoft or Google like the de facto QR code company? So maybe that would be the strategic partners. You get enough. If I had decent revenue, I would be trying to get those meetings, right? Versus right now, I'm just trying to get minimum viable product and a little bit of revenue to pay the bills, and then I would go and start.
I was thinking somebody not quite as big as
Big, yeah.
Microsoft, but like, I mean, you were talking about car dealerships, so there's a national car dealership. or
Yeah,
something
like CarMax or somebody like that. Certainly, I could see that. Well, actually, a friend in the family is the buyer for Costco, mainly for the food. Basically comes through her company, so she heard that I was doing this, and she's like, "Oh, I have so many food vendors who want to put QR code on their packaging." So small
you
businesses
talked
like
about
that.
The seafood processor in Alaska has to put a fucking.
Yeah, that's what's great about this is there's no discrimination on business vertical, right? It's not like it's like, oh, I'm just gonna do sports only, or I'm gonna do real estate only. It's like anything and everything is eligible to be a product in a part of that.
Cool.
So, and I mean, my only regret is that, like, I've been talking about that since 2016 and one of the startups, and then COVID happened. I'm like, oh, I gotta do this, and then it wasn't until, hey, I got laid off in 2024. It's like, okay, now's the time. And yeah, it's I don't know, it's never too late to have a good idea.
Yeah, it is now.
That's right.
The security thing also might be, what you mentioned, that might be also great to address, especially since it's open right now.
Yeah, right. And well, the big thing is I let you email. I you saw that email that code. I mean, that's a huge spam security thing. Like, so if someone, just a kitty hacker, found my site, that would be like, change itself really quick, because that would be, it'd be bad, right? You can spam anybody, right, through my domain. So there's a huge security.
It's interesting intel. I mean, you just said the Costco food vendors are suddenly anxious to adopt QR codes, and yeah, that might be an interesting space to target. Like, I have a client that works with Cisco, which is, you know, sort of a big food distributor.
Call that Cisco the food company, not the
Yeah. With an S.
No, food
Yeah.
company, right?
Cisco with an S. Is that what that is?
Yes.
Yep.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
With all the like white trucks that drive around and drop off food.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that's an
Yeah.
interesting thing, you know, finding those sort of verticals where, for whatever reason, they're suddenly waking up and we want to put QR codes on everything.
Yeah,
and-
Yeah, that's another feature paired thing. So you have an organization, and then you can have multiple users under the Quick platform for that organization, because it's not just one person at Cisco that would want to manage and track. You know, you get a team of 5 or 10 people in the marketing department. They would all have accounts under the same umbrella.
Mhm.
And yeah, so all that's the feature parity that I'm talking about that needs to be built. Close, I got a lot of it now, just haven't flipped the feature flag yet. So. But yeah, there might be a QR code like on the Kirkland drink. No, just on I've seen you see it. I mean, a QR code.
Yeah.
There's one on
Yeah, that's what I'm
Sprite.
trying.
So
Oh,
that
Sprite's
Sprite is
got 'em,
Coca.
okay.
So that's a Coca. Sprite's owned by Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
they owned by Pepsi. Yeah. So yeah, who did that deal, right?
Smart label.
Smart label. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
it's
Flow
very
Code seems to be the one that I see pop up when they have some corporate deals. So yeah, that would be the next phase of, hey, it's not just technician or technical people. We need some salespeople who have the contact to call them Coca-Cola, call them Pepsi, or CarMax, or Cisco, and Costco, and all that. 'Cause that's not me.
Oh, I think there's some.
You know, I'll go into the meeting, but I'm not the moment to roll the dice.
Yeah, cold call.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's, yeah. And, yeah, so that's, anything else, any other questions?
Like, what else, like, I saw text, Wi-Fi, like, what other features do you buy?
Yeah, so it's kind of anything that, really the smartphone recognizes. So yeah, Wi-Fi, you can actually put some Wi-Fi credentials, put the network name and the password, and then the smartphone will like connect to that. So, if anything, I kind of thought to, remove some of this stuff just because I've had a few people like, what am I doing here? What's the point? And just kind of I just put it up there just to kind of show that you can do it. Like even a V card, right? You can do,
Oh, yeah, we can.
where, fill out this. And this,
You got a
you can
BTC up there, yeah, like that.
yeah, Bitcoin, you
Yeah.
can, put that in there and, have it deep link. So on my phone, I think this deep link to Coinbase's wallet. And that's just how the apps that I have installed.
Just a suggestion, obviously it's not fitted, but maybe if you put 4 restaurants or 4 based on the customer verticals, that might.
Oh yeah, I was gonna do like a wizard type UI as well. I thought that, yeah, so, absolutely.
Welcome. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh yeah, we were talking about shapes here, so you can do like circles. That's what I have, so that's still valid.
Here you go, my friend. Oh, she's
And
bringing
then
you a chair
you can
now.
do triangles.
She's bringing you a chair.
Nice.
Do you have?
Yeah, all kinds of things. You can even do like, you can custom upload a logo. It's really completely over the top. Crazy. So, yeah, these are all valid.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Any other questions?
Just simple question, like, what, you have a QR code, and someone else overlays the information on top of it, so what?
Oh yeah, so let's go with, on the symbol, I don't think I allow, so the max symbol here.
No. So
I probably should do percentage, so that's only 50%, but let's grab, okay, let's go to CNBC, we'll grab an image here. Grab copy image address, so I do support this, where you can grab a valid URL, you go to image URL here, and paste it in.
She's here.
Ruby.
Right there, so there's that image, so that's pulled right off. So let's make it really big, right?
Oh,
So that, try to scan that, that was yours, right? There's not enough information. So typically you want to see about, depending on the interconnection levels that you have, you usually want to see about 70% of the QR code in order for it to work. So like this wouldn't work. So then I would be, but if I.
It's interesting, you're saying that, 70% of the QR code, you could probably get you where you're going.
70% of the information. So this QR code doesn't really have much because the only text is this link. But which is why there's not a lot of triangles. But if I did like crazy text, you know, here, and I just keep typing like this, then this, you're gonna see a lot more triangles that need to be rendered in order to represent that string.
Yeah,
Is there a limit?
there you go, yeah.
That's a good question, I should know that. I think it's, yes, there's a limit depending on the error. So if you did like type 40, I think it's 4,000 characters, somewhere in that range. Is about the max. So I don't know, I typed, I don't have a counter here, but that's probably 200 characters, maybe 300 there. That's what it would look like represented. So I don't know if that even still scans, but yeah, cool. So yeah, I mean, there's unlimited permutations, and you know how to convey this to the user without overwhelming them. Yeah, some wizard-based stuff, but the key is not so much this; it's tracking. Okay. So, and then just making the UI easy to navigate. I don't want to overwhelm people, just because you know how sometimes us devs can get really excited. Oh, I can do this. Next thing you know, no one wants to use your site because it's just too complicated.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then yeah, if anyone wants, this is what this is a huge security thing, right? This email is totally anonymous. If anyone want to volunteer, put their email, this would send it right to you. So, but yeah, you know, view full screen. There it is. Yeah, you can certainly download it, which is just a PNG. So let's just download it to my browser. There it is, right there. This guy.
Just one more question, like what you said you want to create a standard. So what will the standard be? Like,
Oh, when I said de facto standard, I just want to be the company that everyone knows to go, hey, I've heard about this QR code thing, I want to create one, and their friend goes, go to Quick.
so you're not setting any like standards like how like.
No, other than, hey, the website is recognized, everyone knows the feature set, and it's like, you know, your friend, or you're like, oh, let me show you how to use Quick, I use it all the time. You would refer to like your mom, because your mom just out of the blue goes, hey, I need a QR code. Really, Mom? Well, go to Quick. It's really easy. Yep. So, yeah, that's it. Now it's not flickering. So.
I don't know how to fix the HDMI.
I don't know.
Well, there we go.
Does anyone else want to present, or was it?
Yeah, he's in.
Are
I
you
don't
good?
think he has a slide. You don't have a
I
slide.
don't have a slide.
Well, it's fine.
It's okay. You can.
Yeah.
You have a website, which I can put up on my thing, and then you can.
Okay, yeah, just a pretty short.
Because I think it's a cool idea and a cool thing, so it's real. So I'll bring it up for you, and then you can talk about it. So yeah, X.
So yeah, Extendo Pro is a online coaching website. Like we have like my co-founder is like a former MLS player. So he and there are some his friends. Like there are 2 other coaches. So we have like coaches to mentor youth athletes to take their game from like college level to like all the way to be an MLS player, international US soccer level player. So that's the goal. So we, what you do is like go in the website, like you have like coaching sessions. You have several coaches to choose from. Like it's like a marketplace. So you pick the coach you want to be coached from, and like you pick a date and time. And once you do that and book the session, then you go and attend the session and get coaching from. So that's one aspect of the website. Very recently, I also added like e-commerce products to it, like soccer balls, jerseys, massage guns, and so on, like the product section. So yeah, you can buy. So the hope is that once the people who come to buy this do the coaching sessions and vice versa, like that's the hope with this section. And also like in terms of expansion, I'm thinking of 2 ways. Like One is like a couple of people mentioned here, like would be a good path is like intro.cc, like not just stick to soccer and expand it to like all other celebrities as well, like CEOs, like meet with, have a one-on-one session with celebrity. The other way, other sort of expansion for me is like go all in on soccer, like jerseys, tickets, like everything, like maybe even like, you know, like when a match is being held, like fans can talk to each other like about the match while it's going on, like even who knows, like even if it gets larger, even broadcasting matches. So all in on soccer is the other, all in on soccer or all in on one-on-one sessions. So I don't know how it's going to go, but these are the two phases.
Never heard of a smart soccer ball before.
Yeah, like it's basically like it teaches, it gives like a personalized feedback on like how you're dribbling and stuff like that. So I found it a cool product which I would buy. So yeah.
That's wild.
How many hours do I get for my monthly coaching for the monthly fee?
So
Or
it's
is
like
it
a one,
varying
like
scale?
it's like $100 per session. But monthly, I think like we did offer like a subscription based, like which was like $75.
Yeah.
But frankly, we didn't get enough traction with that yet.
Okay.
I'll give you the number. So it's just 10 bookings for the last month. So it was pretty small than what we expected. So yeah, that's why we went more pushed earlier into the e-commerce play than what we wanted.
Pulling a little bit up, okay.
I have a
That's-
question. Do you think that the issue with the number of people that you guys got was like a marketing issue, but not a product issue?
Marketing was a big portion of it, and also our access to capital was also like we're just using our own money, right? So we didn't want to spend too much on marketing.
Yeah.
So yeah, like yeah, marketing was a big issue, but we wanted to test out the waters because the co-founder and the coaches he brought in are like little famous players, like especially so we thought that our marketing would be less as well, like but it didn't. So far, it didn't turn out to be the case. Like because they are mini celebrities, like we thought it could be lesser, but yeah, marketing, because of marketing, we couldn't get enough people.
Okay.
How much of the marketing is kind of expected to be on you, and then how much are like the coaches sort of expected to market themselves in their own channels?
Like it's going to be 100% on us for like one thing is like one of the co-founders is a player himself, so that way there's zero marketing. But the other coaches, like we have 3 other coaches, so for the 2 others we do all the marketing, and so it's like we take 15% of the cut from other coaches, and like with my co-founder it's like obviously 100% goes to the company, but with the other 2 coaches it's like 15% comes to the company, and we do all the marketing, get the
Interesting.
How many coaches do you guys have so far?
3.
3.
The coaches we frankly don't have much of a problem because we have the connections there.
Okay.
But it's the customers which yeah, like, which are a problem right now. And it's also a bit costly because it's $100 plus for an hour. So
If a coach is like, suppose you get an MLS coach and then like a college coach, do they pay more for the higher level coach?
yes, like that's the yeah. Yeah.
Do you decide the pricing or does the coach decide?
Right now us, but we want to give the flexibility to the coach to decide it and take 15% of whatever it is.
Take 15%. Okay.
I have a suggestion.
Mhm.
What about taking less and then making sure that they actually market themselves?
Yeah, I think the coach, I like this one, why are the coaches not marketing?
Yeah, because you know, if they're famous, right, or if they have some type of traction, you know, like follower, they should be able to kind of like get people at least to, you know,
Probably Instagram following, some
Yeah.
social media stuff.
they should be you know, I think probably if you kind of like don't say, because you guys are pretty new, you still have to kind of build your brand and then kind of get followers and all that. But they already have that, so you should kind of take less and then you build your brand along and then probably switch it later. Yeah, that would be my suggestion.
Yeah, frankly, I don't mind them giving like 100% of the cut as well, but the problem is, especially one of them was even didn't want to put his personal name in front of it as well. So that's that.
Yeah, no, don't work with
You
him.
get rid of them.
Yeah, don't work with him because that you want someone that believes in what you guys are doing and will, put their name on it and then talk to their followers. Because why are they on it if none of their followers gonna come on it? It just doesn't make sense.
So the ball itself, like how do you make the ball and where do you make it at?
This is like I'm outsourcing it from suppliers. It's not we are just like a drop shipping, or we are just taking for every sale we are getting some money, so we don't make them.
Oh, so you don't make the ball.
Yeah. We found products which are related to our soccer coaching things.
Yeah.
As of now, it's especially if you see all the products, it's not even like fan content or something like that, like jerseys and like it's just related to soccer coaching, but that's where we want to related to that basically.
Like you were saying, AI generated or
What I
AI
wanted,
curated
so,
e-commerce
like,
right
yeah.
there. That's like a cool idea.
Yeah. So what I wanted to do was part of the idea was because I met my co-founder who's an MLS player, and part of his was this idea, right? And I thought I could use the marketing less budget, but my idea was initial idea was do AI and e-commerce. For example, I want let's say you go on Amazon and you type get me things for hiking. It won't do it at the moment.
No.
They might do it in 2 months, I don't know. But at the moment, it doesn't bring all the products related to hiking. It might bring part of the products, but not the entire subset. And it doesn't add all those items to the cart. Or even if you think something I want to cook a pizza, right? You might require 10 things.
Yeah.
Or 5 things, or I don't know, to add all those things to the cart. So my idea was to use AI for that, get all the products in my store related to the query and add it to the cart immediately. I want to go for hiking, get all the products related to that. So do that. So that was my idea. So I'm kind of thinking of using this as a guinea pig, even if it fails.
Yeah.
Like for the store, get me all the things I need for I don't know, maybe get all the soccer items related to Mexico or Mexican soccer team or something like that, just as a proof of concept, and then maybe use towards that idea even if the start doesn't work out. So
That's actually, I think it might be your best idea.
Yeah, I think that's
that was my initial
yeah.
idea.
You think someone's already has something along that line, curated e-commerce based on, common phrases
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and they need to add something.
One thing is that I'm pretty sure Amazon might be working on it, but or any other big players. So that was why I didn't pursue. And also I needed someone this was my first startup. So since I co-founder in this space, so I thought that's good to.
And even if Amazon does that, the thing that you can differentiate yourself as a third party is you can link to other commerce.
Yeah.
Whereas Amazon's only going to build that for themselves. And, you can build it so it deep link to an eBay listing, an Amazon listing, Shopify, an Etsy store, you name it, right? And,
Yeah.
And you really got. I'm surprised. Does anyone know? Am I just saying something oh yeah, of course that's XYZ.com. They do that already. Because why would you?
No, nobody's doing
It's all
that.
it's free, right? You're literally just using tech, right? You're just aggregating.
Yeah.
It's easy. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah, I'm building it on the side so that I can integrate with this and try it. So
Yeah, and you get revenue stream of doing affiliate linking, or I don't know, you can get if it was really good curation, you can maybe get people to have a premium concept of that, right? Or just hey guys, save 10% if I use your site to go get all the hiking gear I need for this company.
I think the way, well, my suggestion for like how you're gonna make money is if you were to just create it and then sell it to the website, you know, like the you know, like, well, Amazon doesn't do their own, right? You can still sell it to Amazon, but you could sell it to like let's say Nordstrom or Macy's. You could like do it specifically for them and then sell it to them. I
A lot of
think.
exits potential.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it comes by is Kayak. I mean, Kayak really builds itself as, hey, we're this travel website where we've scoured the internet to find the best deals on flights.
Yeah.
It's surprising, like, why wouldn't you just do that for every product? You know, for
Yeah.
like, find me the best car, find me the best hiking gear, find me whatever.
You should do it. You
That'd be
should
a
do
lot
it.
of fun. That'd be really cool data to mine. Too.
Yeah.
They've got traction.
But what do you think you need to do that besides money?
Yeah, money is major, but like I need a contact. I would say like I don't know how to talk to, for example, one of those players, right? So that brings another problem. That was the reason why I thought I should build my own e-commerce store, right? Like if I go to like Kayak or any other company, like I don't have the contacts there. So maybe like a co-founder or someone who knows the.
I mean, you could reach out to them. I mean, it's networking. It's like you showing up here. You just need to show up and then say, "Oh, I have that cool thing," and then boom, that's it.
Yeah.
So I think you have it. You just.
Yeah, I'm weak in networking at the moment, so.
Yeah.
What company do you think is most similar to yours?
In this one or like the.
Yeah.
The Excel Pro, right?
Uh-huh.
So yeah, intro to CO, like I told you, right? Intro to CO.
Intro.co,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah. So that one, in terms of talking to celebrities, that's the most common one. Like,
This one's CO, intro.co.
yeah. So
This one. And the biggest name I saw was like Nate Burkus.
so
If you
this
want to
one,
talk to Nate, he's probably these $900 every 15 minutes.
What?
Now I don't know how many bookings he gets at that price.
How much is it?
$900 for 15 minutes if you want to talk to Nate. Burkus.
Wow.
yeah.
And who is he?
He's a kind of a famous home decorator. He really got his exposure on Oprah. Probably 10 to 15 years
Wow,
ago.
15 minutes.
What's the website that like Rudy Giuliani was on?
Cameo.
Cameo. Yeah.
No, is that one? It seemed like
Yeah, this
you know,
one. So
Patreon is probably the biggest one as far as influencers trying to get some side money, like Patreon.
Right.
Where
So
Oh,
this one is
Patreon,
for
yeah.
all people, right? Like all celebrities. Mine, if you think of it, like the other way to explain what I explained initially was like just restricted to soccer, like all celebrities related to soccer, and yeah, that's why like even they're charging a lot of. I mean, they would also want a lot of money to spend their time. So initially, coaches isn't a problem, but later down that line, that might also be a problem. If I go with this idea, that's why I'm like,
I'm kind of curious in terms of like the coaching clientele. Like, do you have an idea of like what skill level of players are like an ideal match for the coaching part of it, or like what their investment level is based on their skill level, things like that?
we are at least like school level or college level, like kids. We were mainly targeting that. That is a major clientele. Like, so even when we are doing like Facebook ads or something, we are targeting parents whose kids who are searching for soccer, so that they can put their kids in and help them grow to like kids and teens, probably like 13 to 20, I would say 13 to 20.
Interesting. Have you looked at like adults who play soccer in a non-professional sense? Are they there?
Intramural leagues and stuff like that, or
Yeah.
after work stuff?
Yeah, like the thing is, I don't know if they would be interested to spend like $200 for, because they're like at a non-professional level. Like we didn't target that ads, but we were also thinking as a customer, like what would they get from the $200?
Oh, that might be a faulty assumption, your fault on your part, I think, maybe. A lot of people, adults, like they like softball leagues, bowling leagues, they go all in, they spend big money.
I mean, something I might investigate. I mean, as I'm reflecting on, like, so part of my backstory, when I was in high school, I played badminton, and actually I did get coaching from a man who was like the number 3 ranked men's singles player in the country.
And how did you make that contact?
He worked at the same badminton club at my high school, used for like his practice.
But if he had a way that he could put himself there with like a scheduling tool and just show up and get paid.
I mean, it definitely helped that like there was like the club was there, and like a big part of what the club was there for was to build community around the sport. Also, that particular club, they had this really interesting program where kids from all over the country, high school kids, would leave their families and live at this badminton club and train with the aspirations of moving on to the USA Olympic team when they become adults. So he kind of had access to some high profile clientele just through that setup.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly like, any one of us could have a nice headshot and you can put yourself out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe someone would want to connect, but yeah, I can see where this is a marketing issue for these companies. Like the tech is kind of already solved. It's really just
Right.
knowing that. Like when you mentioned it, I had no idea that this was there. So
Yeah, I also knew this site because I worked at Zillow, so my CEO is one who's actively from. I think he's also there.
Yeah.
There is Spencer Raskoff. So I knew the site when he. I followed him on LinkedIn and something. So
Interesting. I definitely think that like trying to leverage the the notoriety of the coaches, I think would help with the marketing and like getting more people
yeah.
to I think try to focus on traffic first and conversion second. Would be my kind of
at 4, and so next Tuesday, 4 in the morning, our time. I see. He's in the East Coast, so maybe we'll do a 7 a.m. his time. I doubt he would be willing to do a 4 a.m. his time. Maybe, even for 32.
I don't know, I would.
I'll get up early for that. Yeah.
shoot, that's like
That's
yeah.
and he's pretty. He's I don't know, D-list celebrity, but still, I don't know. Like if Tom
Well,
Cruise or
himself,
like how
A-list.
big is it A-list?
No, on the previous page, it was
Oh,
like
it's A-list.
A-list designer.
I mean, if it's someone really famous, like I don't know, Taylor Swift or like Tom Cruise, like if they found themselves on, like what would they be? And would people willing to drop that to do a one-on? I mean, if it's a big, or Tiger Woods or something.
It's interesting to see the price differential on these versus Cameo, right? Cameo, they're just doing a birthday, happy birthday video.
Yeah.
And I've used Cameo. I've hired people off of Cameo, and I'm getting the sense that their prices are much lower because it's
Time.
simple.
They just do a video recording of and read the script, right? Like Happy Birthday, Joe. Right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like 10 seconds,
Yeah,
and it's
this one,
like 20
yeah.
minutes. Or something.
And we did one with those like dancers out of Africa or whatever. They say a funny thing. We did a birthday thing for my son, and that was like $35 or $40, right? There's no interaction. It's just like
Right.
give them money and hey, they send you back their little 30-second video that they made for you. It's like I was more than happy to pay for that. It was pretty funny.
So if you had like so many like users, students that were requesting this, and you needed more coaches, what would be the strategy to get more coaches?
Coaches, we have for example, my co-founder himself has a lot of connections there, and they actually some of them are wanting to also join, but not at the highest level, of course. So there we have we can do personal outreach at least up to 100 coaches.
Click on athletes down there.
Yeah, where was categories here.
Her.
We have almost Andy Reid. That's not Andy Reid or what?
Impersonator.
Oh, he actually get Brett Favre. So he wants 285, and he'll do it within a day. And how long is the video message? Average video, like, he'll do up to about a minute. Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Watch your sort of short second. Okay. Yeah. These are great world-creating business ideas that just like if you build it, they will come kind of thing. And they did. So what does Cameo take? Like 10% on both of this, on both sides, or maybe 20% of that? Or either way, it's probably good.
I'm a little curious what like average pricing on intro is. Like,
Oh, well, it seemed like it really was a big range. I mean, 900 for Nate, and you go over here, maybe a fitness person. Here's a $50. No, it's 150. 75. Here's no 150.
And then all of those people are celebrities?
Well, I don't know. They got nice headshots. Is all I can say.
Because my thought is that like the people who are charging the most, they probably want to spend as little time on this as they can, so they're trying to price themselves out.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean, that's what I felt working with those kind of players. So some of them were really famous. They're like, you know, like they, because of the connection, they even like accept the request. Want to spend as many more time as possible.
These are more fitness kind of models / athletes. You know, no mainstream. I see here. You know, no Brett Favre's in this list, right? I guess. But this is coaching, right? This is one-on-one where you ask questions. No, Brett Favre, you're not talking to Brett Favre. No. You're not asking him like, hey, can you help me kid throw a better spiral? No, you're not getting that. But
Right.
you know, if Brett Favre's on this site, then that's would be the expectation is that you're gonna get.
Right, so that Peter Jersey, he looks pretty cheap. Click on him. See, 69 for an hour or 15 minutes?
Personal trainer, 10 years.
15 minutes.
I mean, if you think of the going rate, if you just got a personal trainer at LA Fitness, it's $50 to $100 an hour just for somebody just give you that kind of one-on-one
Right.
coaching.
Yeah.
So,
But the thing is here, it's online, so that, but yeah, even then it's good.
well, now for me, like, so my son is a college baseball player at the lower levels, but you know, we're thinking like dreaming up new revenue streams. He's done camps for kids, and but if he could go on a site like this or your site and make a little little side, like a side hustle.
Yeah.
That would be great, and you know, he would charge whatever the going rate is to do. He, you know, he's a baseball catcher, so there's lots of parents who have young kids who are aspiring to, you know, that kind of thing. So, but it goes back into marketing problem. Like, how many parents are going to know that there's a website that they can connect their young aspiring baseball catcher to my son?
And I mean, like, I think part of the disconnect could be that, like, if these celebrities have like a presence on Instagram, you know, etc., and like the kid is really into a particular celebrity, is the parent also following the same celebrity online?
Yeah.
Or is it just kind of putting it in a position where like you're marketing to this kid and the kid is like bugging their parents for the celebrity and the parent is just like, who do you think you are?
Now, to combine my idea and your idea, what I would like is one of the coaches to have a big QR code on his or her t-shirt, run around on the field with that, and they're like, what's that? They scan it, and then they end up at X and O Pro. There's your marketing solved.
Marketing for both.
And I'll do it for, you know, $10 a month. I don't know.
That is crazy.
Yeah, and someone, they were asking like, what's the partnership? I forgot to mention. What I want to do with some of my favorite YouTubers, I was just going to hit them up and say, hey, you should take a few of the QR codes you generate and like put them in your background on your videos. It just added curiosity. You know, do people happen to scan the QR code that you put on your refrigerator or the one that you put on your car, right? For all the different YouTuber influencers, so to speak. And they
Yeah,
get
I
interested
think
in
you can
demographics.
subscribe that would be good. Like, if they scan this QR code?
Yeah, it'd just be just another way for them to understand and get even better data than just watching the video views, which YouTube gives, and they can see replay. But if they really saw, like, oh man, this in my house, a lot of YouTubers just film their personal lives, like, oh, everyone was scanning the toaster. Why is that? Okay. So yeah, that's cool. But you think this? I mean, do we know anything about this company's financials? You said you worked with one of the co-founders.
Top one, like
The top.
Yeah, the fourth one. Like he was my CEO.
The Spencer guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, because he's a co-founder of Zillow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he don't need the money.
He's also investing into this company, so he keeps promoting that always. That's how I knew
Yeah, okay.
about this company.
Let me go here. How long has it been around?
3 years. I guess.
Okay.
But I don't know if there are other players in the space, but this is the one I know.
Cool. Okay. That was it, right? Just those two.
Yeah, anybody